Everybody, and welcome to For Leaders Only. Hey, as you may know, last week I had an opportunity to hang out with John Maxwell on the John Maxwell team in Orlando, and there's nothing like hanging out with 3,000 like-minded people that just want to make a difference in the world. It was absolutely incredible. And one of the things that hit me, that a lot of things hit me, but one of the things that really hit me as I was getting toward the end of the week is I had to get really clear with what it was that I want with every area of my life. My relationships, my business, spiritually, emotionally, and you've heard me say this. Matter of fact, if you hung out with any of my videos, you know that I've talked about what do you want, what do you want, what do you want, and why. And it's my hot button right now. It's just what I'm being spoken to. So because of that, I happened to pull up a book, funny how that works, called Put Your Dream to the Test. Now, it's written by John, and it's an incredible book. I've actually taught a mastermind and a lunch and learn on this book, and really deep dove in it from a teacher standpoint. But I have to tell you, this was the first time that I took the stance of opening up the book and reading every page and really working the material that I got out of the book. It was very phenomenal for me. And what happened with me, it was such a wake-up call, because what it told me to do was get really clear with my vision. Now, in that book, there's a story of a gentleman who was a friend of John Maxwell's by the name of Mike Hyatt. Mike Hyatt, in the year 2000, was an associate publisher of a division of the Thomas Nelson companies. And they did, they were a publishing firm, they had other companies involved, they had other divisions as well. And in 2000, Mike Hyatt's boss got fired. And Mike was the associate publisher. The gentleman who got fired, or actually who quit, was the publisher. At that point, Mike Hyatt got the publisher job, and from that, he looked at where his division was. And what he realized was it was a mess. It was losing a lot of money, it was bleeding. They had 10 employees that were way overworked, publishing 125 books. They were the least effective in terms of revenue in the company, and revenues were flat for 3 years. And actually, they were not very well respected within the company because they were pulling down profits of the whole company. At that point, most of us, me included, would say, oh, I've got a strategy. Here's what we're going to do. and he didn't do that, which I found fascinating. What he decided to do was go on a vision quest. Actually, sequester himself in a cabin for a few days and get clear with the vision. And I thought that was really interesting, because what he did is he really looked at where they were, but he also looked at what did he want. And he spent time writing, putting on paper, hour after hour after hour, getting clear with the vision that he saw for that division. After he got done with his vision quest, he got his team together and he had 10 key points, which included 10 new best-selling authors. It included being number one in the company in terms of revenue. There was 10 key points that were way off and way out there in terms of what they'd done in the past. He showed his team, and most of the team bought into the vision. Not everybody, but most of them. But here's what he said about that. He said, my number one job was to get them to buy into the vision, and then later we would figure out how to do it. Because when he was interviewed and he was asked, how are we going to do this? He said, frankly, I don't know. But I do believe that if everybody is on the same page and everybody has the same vision, the how will show up. Now, here's what happened. He had goals that were 2 years down the road. These 10 basic points were 2 years down the road. Within a year, to a year and a half, he hit every single one of them. And the result of that was that today he's the CEO of all of the Thomas Nelson companies. What's the point? When asked about this, he said, we spent 10 times more time on the vision than we did on how to accomplish the vision. And to me, that was so powerful. I have in the past walked into companies and said, this is how we're going to do it, without making the vision real clear. So what's the moral for you and for me? If you and I want to get from here to there, we obviously have to know where here is, but we also, excuse me, have to get really clear with where there is. And that was the first thing. If the vision is strong enough, the how will show up. Man, that's good stuff, isn't it? What's your vision? What's your vision for yourself personally? What's your vision for your department? What's your vision for your family? Get clear with that, and then the how shows up. We'll talk to you guys next time on For Leaders Only.